Healthy Lifestyle Crib presents How to Become More Interesting. Keeping connections alive and well depends on your ability to keep others interested. It boosts your social appeal, makes you more fun to be around, and makes you much more desirable to people of the opposite sex. How do we make ourselves more interesting? So, let's begin by investigating the factors that made human beings so dull. This group includes two distinct types of individuals. The first group consists of the folks who desperately want to blend in with the crowd, the plain Janes, honest, non-polarizing. Which is excellent in theory, but usually goes too far in practice. Commonly, they only say and do things that are within the bounds of polite society. Things that no reasonable person would question. They all share the same inside jokes, common hangouts, and favorite television shows. Not being particularly divisive, they don't seem fascinating. When you do or say anything that divides people, it shapes how they perceive you. If I, for instance, were to declare publicly that I dislike Mexican cuisine, I would have both supporters and detractors. The content of certain YouTube channels is divisive, which explains why some of those channels attract such devoted followers. Plain Jane will do what she can to avoid saying or doing anything that could cause controversy. That's why their interactions with other people always feel flat and lifeless. It's hard to garner attention without causing some degree of controversy. Just how can we start causing more controversy? The easiest approach to do this is to take in as many different experiences as possible. A more diverse media diet, including non-mainstream film and television as well as lectures on topics with which you may not agree, is recommended. Being open to new information and other people's perspectives will help you begin to create your own set of beliefs and preferences. You will become even more divisive as a result. The second group of boring people are what I like to call the creeps. Extreme opinions can be held in opposition to creeps. They appreciate saying controversial things, engaging in controversial pastimes, and engaging in controversial behaviors, all of which serve to distinguish them from the crowd. Their true motives are concealed, though. When you do something divisive, others close to you may want to know why. Like the time I was using the restroom and didn't lock the door and a friend walked in on me. He mumbled an apology, turned away, and hurried out. I don't do it the way most people do when they use the restroom. Rather than sitting down, I crouch on top of the toilet. This is already an extremely divisive move. The situation is really peculiar. A short while later, my pal came out of the restroom and asked me what I had been up to. If a creep were to find themselves in this predicament, they would certainly try to cover up the fact that they were acting strangely. Some variation on, "What?" You can either say, "I wasn't doing anything," or, "You know." If the door is closed, you really ought to knock before you open it. Restricting discussion of your divisive behavior leads people to incorrectly feel you have something to hide. This is a natural human reaction. We naturally react with fear to the unknown. This is why humans naturally shun complete darkness and muddy depths. This unease is what gives you a frightening air. Some people have difficulty developing greater honesty. Adopting the following idea into one's own mind is, in my opinion, a big assist. The most important thing to keep in mind about lying is that the more you do it, the easier it is for other people to spot the discrepancies in your tales and behavior. It's like the Hydra in the Hercules movie. When you tell a falsehood, remove a head from the Hydra, 3 more inconsistencies appear, a new head appears. After telling just a couple of untruths, the ordinary person will begin to notice contradictions in your story. As a result, you will lose any confidence you had in them. You are instantly labeled a potential threat and someone they cannot trust. In order to avoid being seen as untrustworthy, it's preferable to be divisive and provoke disagreement. It's natural for people to avoid those they believe could later betray them. In conclusion, let's look at the factors that make most people boring. Plain Janes don't cause controversy since they tell it like it is. For the most part, because they are just like everyone else and have nothing to hide. Creeps, on the other hand, are divisive but cover up their behavior. Learn how to pique people's interest and stand out from the crowd by reading this. You need to cause controversy while remaining forthright about your behavior. When you're controversial and forthright, you'll likely say some strange things that get people's attention. The fact that you're secure enough in your own beliefs to defend them adds an air of mystery. People will be curious as to your motivations and other strange habits. Take my bathroom routine as an example again. When I came out of the restroom, my pal said, "What were you doing?" "Oh, I always squat on top of the toilet," I replied. Since I gave my friend who had just experienced a very divisive circumstance an honest response, he or she now has a certain air of mystery and intrigue about us. His first inclination is to ask, "Wait, why?" Be mindful of your own reactions to this predicament for a moment. Perhaps you're curious about my motivations as well. Why do they squat on toilets? Just watch as curiosity is piqued in front of your eyes. Controversial and forthright. I'll explain why I crouch over the toilet for those who are curious. The real reason for this is that you are not flushing the toilet correctly. For millions of years, our forefathers have squatted when using the restroom. As it turns out, the human body was built to eliminate waste in a rather orderly fashion. When you sit on the toilet, it becomes considerably more difficult to complete the requisite bodily function. It will be completely unnecessary for you to exert any effort in order to crouch on top of the toilet. As a matter of fact, this form is used by many hospitals for certain patients so that they can more easily access the restroom. Each of us can take steps to ratchet up our uniqueness. It's as simple as practicing extreme transparency with your thoughts and deeds to make yourself more of a divisive figure. Having this trait will make you more engaging to others. Give us a thumbs up and share it with your friends if you appreciated this video. If you enjoyed this, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to receive new videos as soon as they are posted. Also, don't forget to watch our other videos. Many thanks for taking the time to check it out.